this mRNA is getting into short territory. I'm not gonna go short it today, but I'm willing to sell down aggressively, especially if it takes out the lows of the day. But I'm not sure if I want to go short it yet. I would prefer this thing to go, extend towards 350. Well, we'll see. I have to wait a few more hours maybe. This SGOC is the only remotely good long setup. I'm gonna pass on it, but it is breaking this little range. Not sure if it's gonna work, but yeah, NVAX is a laggard. mRNA is the leader. Then we have BNTX, and NVAX is just following the leaders. It's a laggard. The problem is, as soon as mRNA pulls back, this thing will go back to. It's lagging the others by like a week. Yeah, some of the software names are very strong, and also cybersecurity, CrowdStrike, Net. ZS, these things are building nice bases. Like if we can pull back a little bit more, go sideways for a week, there's gonna be a lot of 5-star setups among some of these names, cybersecurity and software and internet and tech names. Yeah, I agree. Like Tesla looks pretty good on a weekly, especially if we can reclaim this trend line. Like a high 600 area. It's been building higher lows, but it could also break down. So right now it's in the middle of the range. So yeah, there's gonna be big moves, but I don't know which way yet. Man, this mRNA is a tricky one. Is it gonna be a short setup today? Or should I trust the 10-day? I mean, it's up 40% in 2 weeks. It's a mega cap stock. That's an enormous move. Man. Also this Boyle that I bought yesterday, it's a triple net gas ETF for double or triple. What setup is this? It's not a stock, but what setup is this? And so far it's having some nice follow through. Yeah, and this thing usually works really well off flags. Look at what happened back in 2018. It had a big flag. Now it was wide and loose, but it made a big move, consolidated and gapped up over this flag area and held, and just went straight up. Did I read the Reddit post? All the Wall Street bettors were saying flags only worked last year and would have. Okay, well it's very simple. You go back and look some of the leading stocks over the past 5-10 years and you'll see flags work every year. But hey, if some guys on Wall Street bets with $200 accounts say flags don't work, well, I guess it's true. ARKK held the 50-day. You know what? It could be a long setup here. It's a low ADR, but this thing, I saw the long setup here back in 20th of May. I didn't take it, and it went up, decent move, 25%. Not bad for a very liquid ETF. Some of these China EVs are starting to shape up. They're kind of building some higher lows, some of them. And Tesla is, it's holding up really well. It undergot and reclaimed the 200-day yesterday. As long as it's above the 200-day, I'm gonna be bullish on it. Yeah, mRNA, that's insane. Yeah, it's a mega cap stock too. I mean, you have a mega cap stock that's up 40% in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sessions. It's pretty crazy. 115 billion market cap. Probably more now. I don't know how often TC2000 updates it. Yeah, it's definitely like, if this was a small and mid cap, I wouldn't care. 42% in 7 days, that's nothing. For a mega cap, that's a big deal. You don't often see mega caps make moves like this. That's an outlier right here. This NTLA that a big EP like a month back that we traded. I sold it like a couple of weeks ago, but it looks like it found support on a 20-day, And there may be a setup here. It's so thin. Ooh, it's gotten thin. But yeah, it's definitely setting up potentially. Yeah, SPY's held the 50-day again. Usually, you know, when something tests, you know, it could be a trend line or a moving average, you know, eventually it's gonna break, but it's holding. This is, you know, it held the 50-day here once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Wait, did I miss one? Maybe this one too. 8 times. Yeah, just this year. That's pretty impressive. This net looks great, especially if we can go sideways another few days. CrowdStrike, same thing here. A few more days sideways, it's gonna be a very good setup. CS, it's a slower one, not really interested. Shopify, yeah, Shopify too. A few more days would be ideal. These are gonna be 4 or 5 star setups later this week. mRNA, holy shit. Literally unstoppable. If you can close strong today and like gap up tomorrow, that would be a 5-star shorting opportunity. Reminds me of what it did like here November last year when I shorted it on this day here. Just got extended and it started moving in gaps. Bill is very strong. If you can tighten up for a few days, it's gonna be a very good setup. Little bit too or wait, is it too thin for me? You know what, it may not. Oh, it's only 4.4 ADR, so maybe not for most of you guys, but you know what, I'll set an alert on it. I don't know about the indices. If we hold here and, you know, if we get a few more days of sideways in the leading stocks, we're gonna have a lot of, or maybe not a lot of, but we're gonna have a decent amount of great setups. And, you know, if that happens, I will buy those setups if they trigger. Right now, it's too early to tell. We could go either way. Like you know, yesterday we cracked lower in like SPYs and NASDAQ, or the past 2 sessions. And now we're just running back into these resistance areas. Like the Qs are still below the 20-day. The 10-day is declining. You know the rules. I've gone through it. You know, generally the best market conditions for breakouts are when the 10-day is above the 20-day, which it is right now, when the 10-day and the 20-day both are sloping higher or sideways. But after a long, you know, decent rally like this, you know, the 10-day is starting to slope lower. You know, it's an orange light, but you know, you always have to follow setups, and we may get setups in a few days. The world is not gonna end if you don't follow the sell rules to a T. As long as you have some type of sell rules, it's fine. It doesn't have to be based on rocket science, as long as it works for you. AEHR, yeah, day 3 short. Yep, it went up 148%, and yeah. Let's look at the, yeah, opening range lows. Low 680s, and your stop would have been 715 or so. And you know, this thing could very easily get back to like mid low 4s over the next few days. I don't know. But yeah, it was a decent setup. Day 3. Yeah, and this is the thing. This is why you always trail. I don't buy into this sell into strength. Well, I think you should sell some into strength, but the thing is, a few times per year, or preferably more than a few times per year, you're gonna catch a stock that makes a huge move. 100%, 200%, 300, 500%, you know, if you're trading a lot of the micro caps and small caps. And you know, if you sell your position after it's gone up 30%, it goes up another 400%. I mean, you kind of missed out an opportunity there, right? Doesn't make any sense to sell everything after 3 to 5 days. I think you should, you know, I think it's good to sell some, but and then keep the rest and trail it with some type of a moving average. You know, like I had many that I sold too early last year, but you know, NVAX is one that's particularly painful. I bought it on a breakout here and I sold it. I think I sold it on this day here. It doubled. in a couple of weeks, it looked extended, and I'm like, oh man, it's gonna go back to 50 bucks. I sold it literally on this day here. And look at what it did. Found support, went sideways for a few days, and then it more than doubled from there. It went up another 150% from where I sold it. If I had just used the 10-day moving average as my trailing stop, the first close above the 10-day, you know, these are the trades. You're gonna catch some. If you focus on the momentum leaders, every year you're gonna catch moves like that. And the key word here is catch the move. And you can only catch the move if you use a trailing stop. But sometimes it's scary, you know, sometimes, you know, your stock is gonna look really extended. Like mRNA right now, like, I'm a little bit conflicted here. Like, should I sell it all? Like, it looks vulnerable. It looks like it could pull back to mid 200s anytime. Yeah, you're either gonna sell too late or too early. But you know what I prefer? I'd rather sell a little bit too late after stock has gone up 100% or 200% rather than sell too early on a stock that's about to go up 200%. If you understand what I mean. Like, let's say you have a stock, you know, it goes up, I don't know, I'm just making up number. It's a small cap stock, it goes up 200%, right? You know, it breaks out of a perfect, you know, flag, you know, and then it goes down, right? I'd rather sell it here, let's say 20% off the highs, rather than sell it after it's only gone up, you know, 20%. I'd rather sell a little bit too late than a lot too early. That's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, but the problem is on logarithmic charts, you can't see the chart. Like, I'm more interested in what's happening now than what happened 6 months, a year ago on these, you know, momentum stocks. Like, I don't care what happened here. I care what's happening now, and it kind of makes it, like, I get your point. It's easier, it doesn't look as scary, etc. But, you know, that's my preference. Like mRNA, I could set it to the log chart, right? I mean, you can barely see this, you know, what's happening. But yeah, there are pros and cons. Like, it doesn't really matter. Find something that works for you and stick to it. That's the most important thing. If you're gonna use log charts, always use log charts. If you're gonna use arithmetic, always use arithmetic. The problems arise when you start, you know, changing things around too often. That's when you can get into trouble. IWM. Well, we held the 200 day, but we're rallying into all of this resistance. We're just rallying back into range. So, you know, even if we keep rallying, I just don't expect a lot of follow through here. Maybe a few more days of rally, and then what? You know, like, some things are bouncing, obviously, but unless you caught them early today, I think those opportunities are gone now. Yeah, this is what UVXY does. As soon as the markets start upticking, you know, it just tanks. Just go back and look over the last year. Well, with the exception of what happened in February, March last year, that was a true black swan event. And this is what these VIX products do. But you know what? If we had just one more down day on the SPYs, like, let's say if we had gone down to the 100 day, you know, just another, you know, 2-3% more of selling, UVXY would have gone to like 50, and I would be up like, I don't know, 15 million on it. And you know, that was the bet I was making. It is what it is. I'm sorry, what? Mean reversion play. Oh my god, this thing was oh my god, it's down 90%. Yeah, it could work. I mean, this thing could easily bounce back to 10-11 bucks. That's actually a pretty big percentage move. Like 40, 50, 60%. Yeah, it could do it. We're very thin, but, you know, yeah, it could be a mean reversion play. Absolutely, it could be. Like, something like this doesn't have to bounce, but when they bounce, if they bounce, they can make very big bounces. But remember, there's no reason for something like this to bounce. DTSD, yeah, maybe another one. Yeah, down 70%. Yeah, right now it's just hitting lows. Don't try to knife catch this thing. Wait for some green candles. Yeah, it can bounce, but, I don't know anything about it. But man, some of these names are, made some pretty big moves lower. There's always something wrong. Oh, it's a meme stock. Oh, the valuation is at nosebleed levels. Oh, but the bonds. Oh, but this. Oh, but that. Oh. No, it's true. And we see it in the chat all the time. Well, thankfully not that often, but you see it on Twitter all the time. Always this weird reasons for not taking a trade, for not making money. And look, guys, no one is gonna roll out the red carpet. Like, there's always issues going on. There's always something wrong with the world. There's always something to worry about. No one is gonna roll out the red carpet for you like, now it's safe to make money. That's not how it works. There's always something to worry about. But the key to successful trading is ignoring all those things, like ignoring all the noise. Now, obviously, if it's literally a fraud, like that has some serious like overnight risk, getting halted and delisted and whatnot. Now, that's obviously something you have to be aware about, especially it's more common in the like micro nano cap space. Stocks that have serious overnight risk. There are literal frauds, especially in the like micro cap biotech space, that have been, all they do is ride the hype train every couple of years. Or every year you have some hot thing, and these companies are riding the hype, sending out fluff PRs. They don't really even, that's their business model. Literally, that's their business model. And then they sell shares. And there's like dozens of these companies on the Nasdaq, and then they don't do anything about it. So don't worry about the AMC and GME getting delisted. They won't. And also, why would AMC get delisted with a third party? Like not even a third party, like individual investors hyping it. Never happened in the history of the world that a stock got delisted because some, chat room or some community or paid service or whatever pumped the stock. My biggest overnight loss in percent? You mean like how big the gap down was if I was long a stock or ETF and then it gapped down? You want to know how big the percentage gap down? I don't know, 20% maybe, 30? I'm not sure. I don't really think in those terms. I remember I was long Fastly last year, and it had pre-announced. I bought it here, had it made a decent move, went up like almost 60% in a few weeks, and I sold maybe, I don't know, 20%, 25% into strength, and then it pre-announced, and it gapped down 27%. But I sold it in pre-market. Or after hours. Sorry, I don't remember where I sold it. So I didn't hold it to the open. But that's one gap down. I remember that. That sucked. I went from being up a lot to selling pretty much break even. There was another one. Which one was it? I think it was like Plug or BLDP or something. No, it was Fuel Cell. Wait. I remember this one. Where is it? Oh yeah, here. I remember. I was eating sushi. And I was long this thing. I bought it somewhere here. I was nicely up like 35-40%. I thought it was gonna go to $4 or $5 speed up. Instead, I had some news or something pre-market. Again, I was eating sushi for lunch. And yeah, it kind of gapped down 27%. And I gave back all my profits. And I thought it was going to be a huge trade. Instead, it turned out to nothing. That one I remember. Those are two gap downs I remember I was long that kind of sucked. Not that I took a loss on them, it's just I gave back a lot of profits. And the hopes of more profits that vanished. That's that hurt. Like I thought they were gonna be huge home run trades and then they turned out to like tiny profits. Kind of hurts. But I guess it's better than taking a pure loss.